smoke. Come on again. Sisters dying, babies dying. I mean, I know. I just picked up the Bible. I was like, I read about it. I was like, man, come on. I mean, we already living in those days. Let's get together. Forever, y'all. Rocko, kick some stuff. Rocko.
I sit back, relax, and I try to understand. Oh, tell me why, please tell me why you must be the man. The world is going in different ways, and you my brothers too. I wanna trust these fools, but can't, that's why I don't grow with them. Don't think that I'm the best, don't think that I'm no one but me. There's only one thing that I fear, and that's the G.O.D. But you don't hear me, just don't hear me. Wicked thoughts, let's clear it. Now this ain't true, it can't be you, or is it an evil spirit? The day I wake, the step I take, it must was meant to be. Cause you can be caught up in that's like fishes in the sea. I used to tremble, now I don't stop selling all that speeching. And kids be looking up to rock, that microphone be preaching. We walk in darkness through the days until we find our light. Sometimes I look straight to the east and say that this ain't right. Now who's the fool? I'm not the fool, I hunger for the best. And if my flesh is meant to go, then lay my soul to rest. Can't save your life, behave your life, quit acting like we're slaves. We are the first, gonna be the last. We living in those days, we living in those days.
We living in those days.
It comes with wicked ways.
It comes with wicked ways.
I used to be afraid.
I used to be afraid.
Am I living in these days?
Am I living in these days?
We living in those days.
We living in those days.
It comes with wicked ways.
It comes with wicked ways.
I used to be afraid.
I used to be afraid.
Am I living in these days?
Am I living in these days?
Sometimes I curse, don't make me worse, you label me a thug. You quick to try to take me out and you can't show no love. I smoke the herb from nature's yard to keep my mind at ease. I look at silly punks and laugh, oh please, oh please, oh please. I must not let myself get low, seclude myself from anger. Since Adam and Eve they disagreed, this world has been in danger. See, I'm not perfect and I know our time is gonna come. Remove those covers from your eyes, it's like you deaf and dumb. The serpent sneaks across the ground and evil is his way. I look for better days ahead, it seems like yesterday. My life I kept a gun up in my hand and since commit. What profit did I earn if my soul goes to the pit? I used to be a lion fetching for my prey to eat. A hand touched me and now I see and taste the things that's sweet. And even though my travel's bad and sometimes I give up, like original crew, they know it's true, it's getting kinda rough. Get the courage, keep you strong, and bless the one who walk good ways. We are the first, gonna be the last. We living in those days. We living in those days.
We living in those days.
It comes with wicked ways.
It comes with wicked ways.
I used to be afraid.
I used to be afraid.
Am I living in these days?
Am I living in these days?
Oh, we're living in those days.
We living in those days.
It comes with wicked
It
ways.
comes with wicked ways.
I used to be afraid.
I used to be afraid.
Am I living in these
Am I
days?
living in these days?
A breath away from things to give myself a good relief. And now I understand what Malcolm X was stressing peace. This world is full of actors, everyone is on the stage. Some people got their wings, some people got their gauge. Some people's gone in darkness for the rest of days of life. My posse got his hand on me, see everything's alright. Ain't got no low self-image cause I'm proud of what I be. The L-A-R-O-C-K-C-O-D, the double A. I know just where my heart lay, ain't no frontin' or debating. If Jesus walked around, I'd chill with him, you chill with Satan. I'm straight up as I can be, why your thoughts be saying I'm faking? Why can't we compromise? Fool, what's up with all this hating? The BC like to aggravate and keep our mind confused. Pull lies among our tongues and wear our bodies out like shoes. I know that every step I take it must was meant for a reason. I look ahead, I can't look back, here comes another season. We live in hell, the fire's hot and still must change our ways. We are the first, gonna be the last. We living in those days. We living in those days.
We living in those days.
It comes with wicked ways.
It comes with wicked ways.
I used to be afraid.
I used to be afraid.
Am I living in these